Kwan. We start with breaking news tonight. Within the last half hour, the State Health Department released new test results from 27 areas on the Navy's water system.
5 of the results located in the Iroquois Point and the McGrew Point communities detected trace levels of petroleum product well below the State Health Department's drinking water threshold. The other 22 samples did not detect petroleum products. This group includes Iroquois Point Elementary School, the Navy's Aiea Halava Shaft, the Navy's Halava Storage Tank, private residences, and Halava Correctional Facility.
The samples were collected between December 7th and 9th. It is important to note these results do not change the health department's recommendation to residents in the affected areas to avoid consuming the water at this time. Now take a look at this map. The areas highlighted show complaints the State Health Department received as of December 9th. More than 400 people say they detected a fuel or gasoline-like odor from the Navy's Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam water system.
Well, cleanup continues as the Navy works to fix the water crisis.
It all comes as thousands of families are still without safe water.
KITV4's Tom George is live in studio tonight. And Tom, are there any closer to a solution?
Yeah, well, as of now, they're continuing to just skim the surface of the contamination shaft and pump it out into containers. But one expert says that likely won't be enough. Inside the Red Hill Halava Shaft, teams of divers continue to skim the surface of the wells, cleaning up jet fuel from the water.
Mostly contaminants of this type mostly float. So if we're skimming, we're going to get an assessment of what concentrations we're removing at the moment, and that will help the Navy prepare for their next steps.
But right now, it's unclear just how effective that is. So far, over 30,000 gallons of water-fuel mixture, including 100 gallons of raw fuel, now stored.
And then we'll see how effective we're being. If possible, continue to improve our skimming operations with either a different apparatus or just make minor modifications to see if we can get better.
That only works if they get it all or very nearly all.
Environmental expert and chemist Steve Havlicek has worked on similar cases. He says what makes this case stand out is the sheer size, and while skimming the surface can be done, it's not a permanent fix.
If it's very recent spill and they get it all, that'll work. But if it's been there for decades, the aquifer is contaminated all over the place.
He says the overall issue won't be fixed unless something is done about the tanks, and warns if nothing is changed, a similar spill could easily happen again.
The first choice would be removed, and that gets you don't have to remove the tanks, but empty them and put the fuel in a place that's hydraulically more secure. In other words, maybe 1,000 feet above the nearest aquifer.
Now, the Navy now tells us they are working out a flushing process that would involve bringing in filters. The goal would then be to get families back into their homes, but they wouldn't give us a specific timetable on that. Tom George, KITV4, Island News.